turn came, I said that I have a question, I have 3 questions, and I want to ask it of every member of the panel. And, you know, there's an old saying, you shouldn't ask a question unless you've got a pretty good idea what the answer is. But I could see my colleagues groaning, you know, what does Nolan say? You've got 5 minutes like the rest of us, it ain't gonna work. So I said, well, here's what my 3 questions are. Question number 1. Is there anybody in this room who disagrees with the notion that our transportation and infrastructure is deteriorating and in serious disrepair? Okay, no objection. Make a note of it here, Mr. Chairman. Is there a second question? Is there anybody here in this room who disagrees with the notion that good infrastructure, roads, bridges, wastewater treatment, etc., is an essential part and foundation of our ability to grow as an economy, facilitate business, and to create good jobs and enhance the quality of our life? Anybody disagree with that? Okay, maybe no, Mr. Chairman. Third question, is there anybody in this room who disagrees that we have to find new revenue in order to fix it? And same response. So I only had to take about a minute and a half, 5 minutes, and all my questions were answered. Unfortunately, as many of you may or may not know, the committee, after all of these hearings, jurisdiction for the committee for rewriting the transportation legislation was taken away from the committee and was decided in the Speaker's office. And they put together a temporary fix called pension smoothing. And trust me, you do not want to have your pension smooth. Because what we did was a temporary fix. It borrowed money from people's private pension funds to fund the gap in transportation for a period of 8 months, with a promise that as soon as the new Congress reconvened, that we would get on to the business and on to the task of rewriting the transportation legislation. So the needs are great. We've started the process. I'm on the subcommittee on aviation. I'm on the subcommittee on rail transportation. I'm on the subcommittee on highways and transit. And I'm on the subcommittee on water resources, which of course includes the Great Lakes and all of our ports. So I'm on all the key committees dealing with our intermodal transportation systems here in this country. And I am thrilled that I can be on those committees. And I had to do a little wrestling to get some special exceptions made, because you're only entitled to serve on 2 subcommittees within a full committee, and I got 4 of them. So it means a lot of work, but it's very important. So, you know, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. It's Highway 65 from, you know, Blaine all the way, you know, up to Mora, or 47, you know, from Anoka to Isle, or 35 from the, you know, Twin Cities to Hinckley and Duluth. There's just so much congestion. It's getting worse. It sometimes takes me, I come home every weekend, and it sometimes takes me longer to get from the airport to the north side of the cities than it does to, you know, do the additional 150 miles, you know, to home up north of Crosby. And it just seems to be, you know, just getting worse. My staff just said that the average person in Cambridge who is driving into the Twin Cities spends an entire day each year, if you add up all the time, just sitting in congested traffic. And of course, there's so many people getting up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, to get to their job at 6 or 7 in the morning somewhere in the Twin Cities. And we were trying to find a way to fix that congestion problem. Like, people could have an extra hour and depredation, which is one of the many problems associated with congestion. So we've got a big job ahead of us, and in Minnesota alone, we have 12,961 bridges, of which over 1,100 of them are structurally deficient and functionally obsolete. In the 8th district alone, we have 2,200 bridges, of which several hundred are structurally deficient or functionally obsolete. And nobody needs to tell Minnesotans the consequences of bridges falling down. So it's very costly for lives, costly in lawsuits, and makes life dangerous. So that's a quick picture of where we are. The legislature here at the state level is looking at funding a significant transportation bill. The fact is that and we're excited about that. There seems to be bipartisan support, at the State House. I can assure you there's bipartisan support in the Congress. We do have a 40% shortfall in revenue at the federal level, and that's due primarily to the good news that our automobiles are more efficient now. So the gas tax doesn't generate
So I can hear it. I know so I can hear what I'm saying.
Huh?
Do you have a microphone going in there?
Okay, I hope so.
Tax, a one-time on $2 trillion being held overseas, it would raise $236 billion. Various value-added taxes have been proposed. So we're going to have to sort through all that here in the Congress because we got, literally almost a $500 billion price tag to do what is considered that needs to be done. So, at least in my judgment, I think the judgment of many of this, it should not be about politics. I mean, we all care about safety and comfort, and convenience, and good transportation to facilitate our lives and our jobs. So, meetings like this are so helpful to me, in particular, and to other members, because it just gives us a much better feel and a better understanding of where people are at and what some of the specific needs are, so that we can appropriately focus our attention when it gets to the committee to fixing what needs to be done. So I'd like to thank all of you for being here. Thank the members of the panels who are going to give us some testimony here. I'd like to begin to introducing our Assistant Commissioner of Transportation, Sean Ron. Sean, thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you.
And then just let me tell you briefly, we got Joe Triplett, who's a Chisago County engineer. He's going to be here and testify. Robert Hollenbeck from East Central Regional Development Corporation. Bruce Cochran from he's the Mille Lacs County engineer. That's going to be the first group. And then the second group, we got Mark Walcott from the Highway 8 Task Force, and Janet King, Highway 65 Coalition, Lynn Zelmer, Highway 70 Coalition. And the third group, we got Eric Champion, who's Cambridge Chamber Director, Kevin Pronis,
They're going to turn it up a little bit.
And the mayor came not sneaking out on and then I want to open it up for an opportunity for public comment too here from everybody else. So it's all right, I'm going to spend the rest of the time here listening and learning and perhaps ask some questions. And I'd like you to also introduce Jim Swiderski here, who's my Chief Legislative Staff Director, and Rick Olsey, who's our District Representative for this area, Jeff Anderson from Duluth, who's our District Staff Director, and Sean, did you want to say a few words? Sure, please. Yeah, thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone, and I just want to, on behalf of